we go into the deciding match of the day. Lower bracket final, FoCuS versus 120. And we start again on Echo Isles.
But this time, we are not going back to the Crypt Lord. It seems to have been just a one-off experiment by 120. For the next matches here, he seems to be following the standard. Lin, he just destroyed 2-0 with standard super strong play. And now he's going up against FoCuS again in the rematch. Can he do so once more? DK Fiends is what we're going to be seeing here for 120. What is it for FoCuS? Farseer, like Lin? Or is he actually going to play Blade Master?
We'll see now. Is he switching gears as well? Yes, okay. Interesting. In the semifinals, in the winner bracket semifinals, FoCuS pretty much knew exactly what to do. And now it's a good counter again, with a lot of claws. It is a decent expansion map as well, but 120 just showed how great he is against that. So hoping for good items and hoping for some crits, maybe the better option.
I'm appreciating more and more the Blade Master strategy because of its late game utility. Yeah, Blade Master crits are great and all, but having all those spells, all those abilities to use, I think that's the more important thing. Ensnares, Hex, Stomps, Speed Scrolls, He Waves. As mentioned earlier, when you play Farseer TC, your tools are limited. You definitely play with a bit of a disadvantage if you go up against great undeads with what you can do with your army versus what they can do with their army, which is just naturally the way it works. Tier 1 versus Tier 2 versus Tier 3 kind of stuff. So Blade Master, certainly gonna get good items here. There's no way around that. Shadow Hunter should also get off to a pretty good start, but the TC, he is the problem child on so small of a map. How are you gonna level him up? Of course, that is pretty far down the road, but normally in this matchup with these strategies, there's not too much action early until on Tier 3, the fireworks come out.
Well, it's a good prep for damage for the Blade Master here. Claws of attack start, not too bad. For the DK ring, maybe okay as well in the later stages, in the skirmish stages. Does FoCuS have a crazy creep route with the blade as well? Could go for the marketplace if that's not scouted, but it will be. Circle it for him here. Only a ring remaining. Skeleton Scout is nice, sees this movement, and so he knows exactly what to expect and that he has some time for the Noah Brood at level 2.
Blade Master gets the Ogre Magi. There's rarely something that can be done about this. 120 is willing to give this up if in exchange he gets more creeping, he gets his natural without contention, and that should be happening. There's a Greep here, a Grunt here saying hello, but of course that one can't really do too much. In fact, it's getting ensnared. 120 not falling for the bait, not trying to surround it, just trying to take out the Ogre Magi. Invests a lot of mana to get this kill, and does get it. Claws for him, whereas Blade Master got the big healing. Good items all around.
Yeah, I agree. Good for the Lich later, of course. Tier 2 tech's about the same speed as it oftentimes is. So once again, we're gearing up for Tier 3. And then the question is again, how early are Banshees coming? Are Banshees coming? Is it a Pit Lord play this time? Or is it Dark Ranger once again? This is just what we see, I think, in most of the cases for 120 now. No love for the Crypt Lord yet, but also an option.
A player's forces are under attack.
Would be quite surprising on this map, much like the TC, who requires levels, so does the Crypt Lord. On bigger maps like Northern, and perhaps even Twisted, certainly I could see him. But here, Dark Ranger most likely, I suppose. Acolyte Scout still alive. So once again, 120 is going to be supply stuck at 26 supply, delaying his Lich. Oh, but the Acolyte now sees the movement of the Grunts, and just like Lin did earlier, FoCuS here also trying to snipe the Merc Camp away from the opponent, going for the Berserker. And just like earlier, I must say, I think this has to be prevented more effectively by Undeads nowadays.
Well, at least this time he knows. That's a lot of slow, that's a lot of bashes.
Oh my god, the Bash Lords.
Yeah, he's in trouble here, kind of. Backstep, alright. Oh. Only a ring +4 bash! 120 is coming, has to pop the big potion for it. close to level 3 here, but he has to abandon this camp, doesn't he?
Player's forces are
Bash on the Berserker!
Oh my god!
Block
Bashes.
against the speed scroll. Hello, level 3. Oh boy, that was bad.
That was so unlucky for FoCuS, dude. There was so many bashes.
Well, you know that this is a possibility.
True. I mean, it's also a possibility to be getting crit 5 times in a row. It's a pretty low chance, though. But sometimes it happens. So he still stole the camp away. He got the ring +4, which he sells. TC is sad. Lost the Berserker. That's expensive. Question is, can the Shadowhunter still solo creep? And with 2 grunts, I guess he can.
Yeah, he got level 3. That's big. 2 more Windwalks. And good damage on the blade as well. So even without items, he should be very safe. 1-0 is blocking himself a little, but now fixes that issue. So this will be a fastish level 2 Shadowhunter. Lich second coming out in a bit. Tier 3 at 60%. No temple to be seen so far. And with the arrival of the Lich and more slow, I think it's time to say bye-bye and take some shop control instead.
The player's forces are under attack.
Daytime is not too far away. Then Involves and Heal Scrolls become available. Heal Scrolls normally in this matchup not really relevant for a long time. In the super late game, they matter. But at the beginning, it's more about the Involves, which the Blade Master certainly would like, and so would the Lich. Blade's still a bit of mana here left. Can keep on harassing. Doesn't get any kills here, of course. Perhaps he gets some last hits, but he's also, even if he doesn't get that, still slowing down 1-0 a little bit. And with that, the Shadowhunter is getting quite far ahead in experience.
Yeah, we'll get another good item here as well, as this cannot be punished or stolen or whatever. Even the scouting skeleton doesn't make his way across the map, as the pig was helping FoCuS a little bit. So looking forward to the fights. 1-0 in the past 2 sets of them. Playing is so godlike. Ring of Regen can be nice for a roaming Blade Master. There's the first Invol stolen.
Blade Master's trying to slow things down. FoCuS considering he wants to come in here for the Creep Jack, which I guess he does. Dust stolen as well by the Blade Master. Nicely done. Lots of mana invested on the DK already. Fortunate sentry drop. Tells him where the Blade Master is. There's no Orb of Lightning yet. This is not an easy fight for FoCuS.
Nope. There's also no third hero for 1-0, so taking out a statue could be fine. There's of course Frost Armor, but with backstep into crit, this is very helpful. Loses a Raider over it with pretty much perfect balance, but that's a trade I guess you take. It's hurting both, of course.
Blade Master. He's out of sentry range, I guess, but a new one could be placed! Coil! And he's dead. Oh man, FoCuS. What a misread. GG. That Creep Jack backfires heavily. And 1-0 takes the lead.
Yeah. Didn't respect the inventory, I guess. Hoopala. Didn't see the second ward.
Yeah. And even without the ward, this is not a good idea. He thought his level 3 and level 2 was going to be strong enough to take a fight there against the only level 1 Lich, even without an Orb of Lightning and without a TC. And against most undeads, maybe that works. But not against 1-0, not today.
Huh. Yeah, that wasn't even his full potential. Like, no third hero, no tier 3 units, really. That was kind of stomped. Not the highest hopes for FoCuS in match number 2, but it's again the Orc map. It's again Concealed Hill.
Is he trying it with a Blade Master again? FoCuS sometimes has some amazing creep routes. We have seen that on Hour before.
Yeah.
We kind of saw that on Echo. There was a pretty cool creep route. Cost him the big heal pot though. Cost him the Berserker. Imagine if in that fight, he has one more Berserker and a big heal pot. How different that looks.
Yeah, would have been nice, but, you know, sometimes RNG is with you, and then you get the craziest inventory you can think of, like in WGTL, and sometimes you receive 5 bashes in a row, and everything is in jeopardy. Which happened now. 1-0. Will he fight himself with 4-0 through the entire lower bracket? 2 orcs in the lower bracket? He is the best undead versus orc player in the world. FoCuS needs solutions. Will he find them on CH?
Where's this where he crumbles? Unfortunately, that is also something we see with FoCuS every now and then. If it doesn't go so well for him, if he doesn't have that good of a start into a series, sometimes he doesn't manage to strive under the pressure. Standard builds here to start things off. Tet Fiend build by 1-2-0 and a normal altar barracks for FoCuS. Again, the question is Farseer or Blade. And I think he's only gonna play Blade if he has a really good creep route. Which, since it's FoCuS, he might.
Alright, or was the Lin game a lesson to him and he tries to play Farseer? Answers in a sec. For 1-0. Everything standard again. So when it counts, not going to the crypt or anything, Blade it is.
I wonder if the orcs are just starting to feel that you can't play Farseer against 1-2-0 because he's just going to have too much of a late game advantage. And he can out-micro you too easily. We have seen that, not just today, also before, become an issue quite a bit. If you don't smash the fight until your TC runs out of mana in the ultra late game, the undead very often runs away with that fight and with the game. It's exactly what happened earlier against Lin, and what we've been seeing from especially 1-0 quite a bit. Earlier he wasn't even scouting for the first hero 1-0 was. He was so confident that he didn't need to know what it was, and again he does. Is this a psychological play? Is this something he intentionally does to be like, yeah, I don't care what you play, bro. It doesn't matter.
Again, he pays so much attention to the shop. Oh, is he not? He's just moving
Yeah, he had
back.
the Acolyte on patrol between shop and green earlier. And he's doing that again.
Okay, what information does this give him?
Tells him that there's no creeping going on here, which, by process of elimination, tells him that the opponent is either at his crab green or at his kobold green, most likely.
A player's forces are under attack.
But again, not necessarily. For example, Spiral's creep route was this claws camp into green, into natural creep, that I mentioned earlier as well. But maybe a Spiral special. And there we go. Acolyte sees now the grunt movement. Of course, nothing you can do about it.
Too far away. Need to focus on your own level 2. Blade Master pretty hurt, but that's all right, especially if he gets a good item. Needs to switch the aggro, and he does. Attack at 1/3. DK level 2. Lots of skeletons again involved, as we see all the time with 1-0. Land of Illusion for scouting. Decent. Regen potion would have been sick now.
Blade Master's creeping is not as fast as the DKs for quite a while until more grunts come out. As we can see here, 1-0 with the skeletons, taking out that High Priest quite easily. FoCuS would love to get the last hit here. Of course, 1-0 wouldn't allow this, so Blade reveals himself from the shadows, putting a decent bit of damage here onto the DK and Fiend.
Okay, again, the slow mid-game. Just prep and skirmishes. Everything at 50% for 1-0. It's not that great, but without crowd control, how can you really reach? So he can sacrifice his HP quite a bit. Good solution by FoCuS to creep with the illusion, take the damage on that item pretty much, and leave the grunts alone.
It's cool how they're min-maxing both really hard for experience. They're both pretending that the focus is on the merchant and then sending other units to the smaller green camp to get experience there. Oh, but that's going to be a fiend lost here, I think. Speed scroll chase.
Oh, blocks against it. Has to use another wind walk. And gets in front again with the coil. Oh! Almost a surround. He was 20 mana away from a wind walk. This would have been so horrible. Block and counter block. Both are trying to...
Oh my god.
Oh no, he got it. But Windwalk should be close. Can he fight out? Yes, against the skeleton. Quick mind. Or quick presence of mind. For FoCuS. And level 3. That's good.
But in that chaotic situation, 2 times almost he got the surround on the Blade Master. Pretty cool there as well. But yeah, FoCuS gets to level 3. In the early, what Lin was not able to achieve, now he does. And that makes the whole later game plan so much easier.
Tier 3 on the way. Shadowhunter out. Creeping time. And Windwalk Scout Harass time. Fiend? Yeah, that was a lot of mana involved. And FoCuS continues the pressure. I like that play so far.
A player's forces are under attack.
1-0 taking quite greedy here on only 2 fiends. Wants to get the slaughterhouse statues and all that stuff out as quickly as he can. Along with... Oh, there was a skeleton there intercepting.
There was a skeleton there intercepting.
Great job.
Indeed. So he gave this camp to Lin for free, but for FoCuS he doesn't allow it at all. Oh, 1-0 gets it.
Item and experience going to the undead. Shadowhunter again trying it with the Ogre Lord trap. Again, it doesn't work. Oh my god, that is such a massive waste of time.
That's like a minute now.
That is so bad for FoCuS, actually.
He was the one inventing this, showing this against 1-0 at WGL a year ago, I think.
And the perfect sentry that he just found.
Yep.
That he ensured he wouldn't give away.
Yep.
1-0 is looking hella hot today.
Yeah. Like, since next, he's just steaming hot.
A player's forces are under attack.
With the skeleton, he's pretending to still be aggressive, still discouraging the Shadowhunter from creeping anything. And the tier 3 is going to be done here in just a second. And then we get the orb. Dark Ranger, perhaps. And this Shadowhunter has 12 experience points.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Steals an invul from 1-0 shop. Trying to lab creep, but 1-0 knows exactly what's up. And that's the Ogre Lord for him now. No, he's in a little bit of a different mood today, huh? Not willing to go party at the tavern.
And sometimes it just doesn't work. It's so annoying.
Well, that gives time, FoCuS time to avenge this.
Finally, Shadow level 2. Throw the beast against the destroyers, which 1-0 normally never skips.
Hold
Not
on.
that good.
FoCuS is moving in. Can he get it? Invul. Oh no! 1-0 gets everything!
Good. And he closed the surround instantly again. If there hadn't been a windwalk, would have been in trouble once more. Crazy freaking game by 1-0.
Yeah, what to do against this kid today? He just returns everything. It's like playing tennis with a wall.
Yeah, scary. Scary! Him in this shape. No early Banshees this time, by the way. Dark Ranger and Destroyer form here instead. Big item was one of Mana Steel. Alright for the DK.
Crystal Ball can be helpful against Burrow
Player's forces are under attack.
if you're running out. And here's the Banshee.
Alright. Banshees are returning to this matchup quite a bit earlier than recently. A few weeks ago, it was mostly mass up to 50 and only then later transition to Banshees. Camp 120. And FoCuS is gladly taking this trade. He needs levels so badly. If it was to come to a fight right now, it would be absolutely disastrous. He needs level 3 Shadow, he needs level 2 TC. Wouldn't mind some more damage on this Blade Master either.
There isn't too much to creep anymore. Again, like level 3 TC seems utopic. There's an expansion coming very slowly, but I think there's plenty of options for 120 to kill that. Skirt Bone Chimes will be sold for sure. Got an orb this time, Sobi Mask is nice. Level 2, okay. Torrent Totem transition is necessary.
FoCuS getting the better end of the creep game though at the moment. It was a fountain split, but FoCuS gets the natural of the opponent after. That's a big deal. He's probably gonna have to buy a TP perhaps to keep his main safe. Because 120 will be pushing in there in a moment.
Oh, claws +9. Okay, we're getting there.
The player's forces are under attack.
Damage and mana wise. Equipment looking hot for FoCuS now. But that didn't help him on LR. Yeah, the Lich is pretty good as well. Double kill here. 3-3-2.
555 mana on that Lich.
That's a lot.
He's gonna get 60 mana on level 4. He's gonna have 600 pull.
Why is that, Remo?
He's gonna get +3 intelligence, bro. I can't wait.
Thank you, Farid, for the 18-month resub. Okay, TP out now. Oh. Burrows, everything in range? Yes. That was max range, pretty much.
That was max range.
We've seen some TPs fail recently. I thought for a second it's bugged or something. With Blizzard, you never know. But here it seemed to be working. Expansion on the high ground.
If that's not a sign of confidence, I don't know what is. And 120 is playing this whole game so far without an invul. That's crazy. I think he tried to get one now, but it was out of stock. Expo, pretty close to done. Going into upkeep now with the Banshees. Because now only thing that 120 needs to do is hold.
Player's forces are under attack.
That is very true. And FoCuS first has to figure this out. I don't think he knows.
It is... Oh, not solo creeping this with a TC, bro. No. Are you serious?
That will hurt him in the first engagement.
A town is under siege.
That's a pretty big mistake. That was absolutely not necessary to make.
He feels a little rushed, knows that something is happening. We'll have it confirmed here, but fighting uphill. We all know how hard that is. Here we go. Invul potion early on the TC, but that's a level 1 stomp. It's not too bad. Doesn't get the Fiend because there's Micro and Burrow. Okay, gets it now. He doesn't have a mana potion, but these stomps hurt now.
Destroyer still survives. Nova hitting the backline. The Berserker is quickly falling, and there goes the anti-air. Blade Master trying to do the damage, but he's got Curse applied onto him. He's got a few crits coming out, but also a lot of misses. FoCuS is getting slaughtered in this fight. It's not even close. With the dust coming out, he's at least getting some Fiend kills. Walker's now coming in, but they're only good if you take out the Destroyers first, which they are not. Destroyer's still up and standing. Shadowhunter in trouble as well. I had to go for the invul there. Finally, the curse has worn off on the Blade Master. He can do full damage again, but now he's getting pressured himself. Has to fall back.
This TC, man. I'm not too sure this one will survive. Coil, not enough yet. Is following though, needs the heal wave, gets the heal wave. There's another coil. And the movement speed is better on the DK. Saves him though to the shop. Gets a potion. And like not able to return the FoCuS or something.
Oh my god.
As he's taking a left and there's 2 more units here. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
FoCuS getting outplayed pretty hard right now.
Yeah, man.
Losing units left and right.
Expo is up, not fully mining. Needs the Acolytes. Invul on the blade. Coil Nova on the TC. He really wants this cow gone, and Frostmourne hungers. Gets the surround. No way out. It's a double kill for 1-2-0, and that's the playoffs. The Scourge survives the group stage, and 1-2-0 is the only undead remaining. Not a single orc from this group. We were fearing there would be 6 orcs in the round of 8. That was a possibility on Sunday. But no. Nolan, no FoCuS.
Yeah.
In the round of 8.
By far the 2 best players made it through here today. TH looking really strong and 1-2-0 in the lower bracket, looking like a killer. Unfortunately, we didn't see those 2 meet. That would have been a sick best of 3.
Yeah.
But there's another chance for that in the playoffs. 1-2-0 and TH both made it, along with... Wait, I need to count that. 5 other Chinese. Lawlight is the only Korean in the top 8.
That's pretty sick. That hasn't happened in forever. So let's go through the groups again as we conclude the group stage here. Group A saw 15 Sway and Ice Orc, the two of the youngest and most talented players in all of China. So human/night elf and an orc, PCG and Sok eliminated out of all. Group B was dominated by China as well. Lin Guagua through the winner bracket, eliminating Chimiko and Soin, 2 Koreans, and Fortitude making his way out of the lower bracket. So very decent race diversity here with 2 humans, 2 orcs. Group C is for some reason still bugged in our overlay, and I don't know why. And Group D sees TH and 1-2-0, so the other 2 are Lawlight and Fly. Interesting to see a lot of young and new players in Group A and B, and a lot of experienced players and like veteran players from C and D. It's gonna be a cool clash.
Yeah, absolutely. Playoffs are gonna be a blast. Starting in 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
Damn.
Saturday, the 27th.
Saturday indeed, starting at 1 p.m. That's not the last broadcast of the day, though. We have the ESL Meisterschaft with 2 matches tonight. We got 1 versus Long Walk. And we got Drunken versus Mago for you, as Todd is still taking a break after his surgery. So we will get some matches then later for him next week and the week after. And we are back tomorrow with ESL Meisterschaft at 7 p.m. tomorrow with Group B with Xlord versus Ente for the lead in that group. 1 player will lose the first time. Will it be Xlord 5-0? Definitely possible. And until then, we take a little break. We do some grocery, I guess. We chill a bit. We do office work. And then we see each other in 3 hours.
Yep. See you then.
Bye-bye.